morning everyone. It says listen, love and share love. Well, it's reasonably early in the morning where I am filming this at this exact moment. Anyway, so this is SF9's comeback. This is off their NARCISSUS album. I always get the S's too long in that, but anyway, this is their title track, Enough. It was released a few days ago. I just haven't had a chance to look at it. Yeah, it was released on Feb 20th, so here we go. Yeah, that's one thing you always say about the beginning of the year. January is bad. February and March, I reckon, are the worst months for comebacks, because nearly every man and their dog are having a comeback. It's like, seriously, I can't, or they're debuting, it's like, God, seriously, can't people give us a break? It's like, yeah, I just have not had as much time as I've wanted to of late, especially with the computer playing up, to look at everyone. There's still a whole heap of groups I really want to look at and hopefully do reactions to. Some I might end up missing this time around because there's just so many coming back at the moment. Anyway, so here we go. Mirror. Ooh. Oh, the water from the teaser. Ooh. Damn. Ooh. Ooh. Damn. Oh, it's the water again. It's like a runway they're on in that bit there. Oh. From the teaser. Okay, what's with the mullet? Ooh. Yeah, that's not a mullet, that's more a moped. Oh, that's so cool. Ooh. Oh, that's so cool. Ooh. The water again. Ooh. Oh, that sound we kept hearing in the teasers and that. It's like electronic keyboard or guitar, I'm not sure there. Ooh. Huh? Ooh. That's really well done with that mirror, how it just breaks apart. NARCISSUS. Whoa. Okay, this is called, the album's called NARCISSUS, and this title track's Enough. Now, NARCISSUS is also derived as European bulb, but NARCISSUS is short for narcissism, which is when someone is so vainly in love with themselves and their own reflection. It's kind of a bit like the sin vanity, where you're so in love with oneself, is the easiest way to describe it without reading the whole definition out now. That's why there was so many mirrors in this music video, because I looked up the definition because I know the definition, I just could not remember the technical way it's worded off the top of my head, just to be sure I was remember it right, and I was. That's why there's so many mirrors and so many reflections, especially like with the pools of water and that too, reflecting back. And I love that point, how there's the mirror and you can see the multiple mirrors and the multiple reflections are so beautiful. This song is beautiful, raw, full of emotion. I did like one part of it. It honestly did look like they were walking down a runway, the way they're just walking down there, posing, turning. It honestly did look like that, but with a bit more emotion to it than your standard runway catwalk. But this is a beautiful song, and it's called Enough, and I think it's more, I've had enough of this, you know, than to do with the whole narcissism point of this comeback and the album's called. I've had enough of this, you know, the vanity looking at me reflection. That's why I'm pretty sure it represents, especially towards the end with the fracturing of the mirrors and them crumbling away. That bit I really loved. Two things I do have to point out, only because, God, I'm an Aussie, I'm always going to have a thing about mullets, to be quite honest, like, and that's definitely a mullet one of them was wearing, and the other one wasn't a mullet, it was a mop head, which is kind of, it's not quite a mullet, they've got more hair going down, they don't really have that rat tail look going at the back there. Anyway, moving on from that, colours. From the teasers, I wasn't, and the title track, the album, I wasn't surprised they were going for the dark blues, greys, the variation of the dark is on the grey scale, a bit of white and blacks. I was not surprised there on the colours. Their clothing reflected that. No one wore anything overly bright. They wore either black, white, grey scales or other neutral colours, but with the grey scales they were going for here, it just more blended and bleeded into those black, white, grey scale colours and that darker blue. Also, I think that's probably why a lot of them went for, that's why they went for the blue contacts to fit in with that whole scheme. It's a beautiful song, a beautiful like music video. It's very aesthetic. I love all the mirror scenes and that in it. They are really brilliantly well shot and executed, because it's really hard to shoot a mirror scene, and also you don't see any camera work or people in the background or anything, which shows you how well it's been shot and also edited as well. So yeah, it's just really like, it is really beautiful. It is so raw. It honestly is what I did expect for this song, especially with the title of this album. Overall, like, it really stands out. Probably doesn't stand out as much as some of SF9's other releases, like Also Milo and a few others I can't remember off the top of my head at the moment because it's really early, but it is still a really, really good song. I really want to listen to the rest of this album to see what other songs are like, especially with the concept they've gone for here for this comeback. Narcissus is one of those genres you can really go really bright, or you can go really dark, or you can go in between with this. Because Goody Dan did their second album, Narcissus, and A Girl Like Me. Theirs was a little bit more bright, but it did follow that whole theme of narcissism. So that's why I was really interested to see their take on it, because I knew from the teasers it was a much darker take already. It wasn't one of those ones where the teasers might have been a bit misleading. There was no way that was going to happen with what they were showing us, and also like the other teaser images and that they'd been showing us. Anyway, this is Ezra. Listen, love, share, love everyone. See ya.